Here we go, guys. We got another one of our 8-minute quick read throughs. Matthew chapter 8. Remember, if you look in the show notes under the videos, I'll have Bible teaching. It goes verse by verse very meticulously. Okay, I'll do that for you. But for now, we're just reading really quickly, skipping over a lot of stuff, but we're just trying to get the meat of the word in us, a lot of the word, try and get from front to the back in the book. All right, here we go. 8 minutes, start. When Jesus saw the crowd around him, he gave orders to cross to the other side of the lake. I just thought about something. How long has it been? Jesus gives a sermon on the mount. He's healing all these people. He's walking from here to there. He's preaching. I'm not sure, but now there's a crowd around him. Go to the other side of the lake. Then a teacher of the law came to him and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." Another disciple said to him, "Lord, first let me go bury my father." But Jesus told him, "Follow me and let the dead bury their own." It's kind of strange, huh? Hey, he just crossed the lake to get away from this crowd. And then these people are like, "Hey, I'll follow you." And Jesus is like, "Hey, dude, y'all need to really count the costs, you know." Then Jesus got into a boat and his disciples followed him. Okay. Suddenly, a furious storm come up on the lake so that the waves swept over the boat, but Jesus was sleeping. He's trying to get some sleep, man. Just leave me alone. The disciples went and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us. We're going to drown." It doesn't tell us it's the 12 disciples. It could be in the 12 apostles. Jesus replied, "You disciples of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed, the disciples, and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." They don't know he's the Messiah yet. These disciples have such little faith and they still don't know like how powerful he is. They think he's just a man. So when he and his disciples arrived at the other side in the region of the Gadarenes, remember they're just across a lake. 2 demon-possessed men coming from the tombs met him. They were so violent that no one could pass that way. "What do you want with the Son of God?" they shouted. The men are shouting, "Son of God, have you come to torture us before the appointed time?" Why would Jesus come to torture these demon-possessed men? Some distance from them, a large herd of pigs was feeding. The demons begged Jesus, "If you drive us out, send us into the herd of pigs." Okay, so it's the demons talking through the men. Jesus said to them, "Go." So they came out and went into the pigs, and the whole herd of pigs rushed down the steep bank into the lake and died in the water. Those tending the pigs ran off, went into the town and reported all this, including what had happened to the demon-possessed men. What happened to them? I guess the demons left, but what? I'm not sure. Then the whole town went out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they pleaded with him to leave their region. They cared more about the pigs than they did them demon-possessed men they're no longer demon-possessed. The book of Mark, it said that he was clothed, sitting there in his right mind. Come on, people. Man, that's in the book of Mark. We're in the book of Matthew. Okay. Jesus stepped into a boat. gotta get into the boat again. Crossed over and came to his own town, Capernaum, remember? Some men brought him a paralyzed man lying on a mat. When Jesus saw their faith, the man and the paralyzed man, he said to the man on the mat, "Take heart, son, your sins are forgiven." At this, some of the teachers of the law said, "This fellow is blaspheming." Knowing their thoughts, Jesus said, why do they think he's blaspheming? Take heart, son, your sins are forgiven. Jesus said, why do you, teachers of religious law, entertain evil thoughts in your hearts? Which is easier to say, "Your sins are forgiven," or to say, "Get up and walk." But I want you to know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. So Jesus said to the paralyzed man, "Get up, take your mat and go home." Then the man got up and went home. I guess he's proven that he has authority to forgive sins. When the crowd saw this, they were filled with awe and they praised God who had given such authority to man. Pretty good. Let your deeds shine so they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. As Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's booth. Follow me, he told him. And Matthew got up and followed him. Remember the fisherman? He's like, hey, follow me. They dropped their nets, they followed. While Jesus was having dinner at Matthew's house, many tax collectors, very unliked. Jews did not like tax collectors. And sinners came and ate with Jesus and his disciples. When the Pharisees, up here, teachers of the law, okay, when the Pharisees saw this, they asked the disciples, why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners? On hearing this, Jesus said, it is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. Duh. But go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. That is from Hosea 6:6. So Jesus quoting the Old Testament to teachers of the religious law. These people know the Old Testament, and he's quoting it to them. For I, Jesus, have not come to call the righteous, but sinners. Thank goodness, because I'm a sinner. Okay. Then John the Baptist. Remember, before John was put in prison, by this time, maybe he's in prison. I'm not sure. That was way back in like chapter 3 or 4, chapter 4, I think. So then John's disciples, John, the same John who baptized Jesus, yeah. Then John's disciples came and asked him, how is it that we and the Pharisees fast often, but your disciples do not fast? Okay. So even the Pharisees fast. Jesus answered, how can the guests of the bridegroom mourn while he is with them? The time will come when the bridegroom will be taken from them. Then they will fast. I guess Jesus is the groom, which means Jesus is a bridegroom. You don't fast, you don't mourn while the bridegroom is there. When he leaves, then you mourn. I don't mourn whenever I'm at somebody's wedding and they leave. I celebrate, but it's a different time and culture. Okay, here we go. No one sews a patch of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, for the patch will pull away from the garment, making the tear worse. Neither do people pour new wine into old wineskins. Wine expands. New wine gets bigger. If they do, the skins will burst. The wine will run out and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskins and both are preserved. You don't put a new patch on an old garment. Okay, guys? You don't fast while the bridegroom is there, okay? While he was saying this, a synagogue leader came and knelt before him and said, my daughter's just died, but come and put your hand on her and she will live. Jesus got up and went with him, and so did his disciples. Okay. Just then, a woman who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak. Jesus is on his way to heal this girl, and this woman comes up and touches his cloak. She said to herself, if I only touch his cloak, I will be healed. Jesus turned and saw her. Take heart, daughter, he said. Your faith has healed you. And the woman was healed at that moment. When Jesus entered the synagogue leader's house and saw the noisy crowd and people playing pipes, he said, go away. Uh-oh. I guess you can read ahead really fast. I mean, it's still right there on the screen. Guess you'll have to come back next time, though, just to hear it be read along. So, hey, come back and hear the end of the story. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.